Have you ever tried to crochet a Jellycat-style marshmallow using thick baby yarn, only to find it looks a bit pointy? We follow the standard tutorials, but because our yarn is much thicker, the top and bottom just won't stay flat. Don't worry, we've all been there. Today I will share 3 secret hacks to fix this. Let's learn how to crochet our marshmallow look super cute together. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I share easy crochet ideas for beginners and handmade gifts. If you enjoy beginner-friendly crochet and cute keychains, consider subscribing. It really helps support my channel. Let's get started. For this project, we need baby yarn for the body, 4 pine milk cotton yarn for the leg, stitch marker, 2.5 mm and 6 mm hook, scissors, needle, stuffing, a bit black yarn for sew the mouth, glue, and eyes. To make sure you can see every stitch clearly on camera, I will be using this solid color chunky yarn for today's demonstration. Most tutorials tell us to start with 6 stitches, but with chunky yarn that creates a cone shape. Here is hack 1. We are going to combine the first 2 rounds. First, make a magic ring. So, hold the yarn tail in your hand, then place the yarn in your middle finger to form a cross. Grab your hook and insert it underneath the loop on your middle finger. Pull the working yarn through the loop of your middle finger and twist it like this. So, you will have a loop on your hook. Now, yarn over and pull it through the loop on your hook, and that's your magic ring. For round 1, we are going to do 12 single crochets directly into the ring. We insert our hook into the ring, yarn over, and we have 2 loops on our hook. And then yarn over again to pull through both loops. 1 single crochet is done. Place a stitch marker into that 3rd stitch so we don't lose it. Now, continue making single crochets into the magic ring until we have a total of 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the last one, 12. Pull the yarn tail to close the ring. Now, insert your hook into the 3rd stitch we mark and make a slip stitch to join. Round 1 is finished. Now we will start round 2, chain 1 first. Remember, we do not count slip stitch and the chain one as stitches. We want to create a sharp corner so it looks like a real marshmallow. To do this, we are going to work 12 single crochet in the black loops only. Here is the black loop. We only do the single crochet into the black loop. Don't do in this loop, it is the front loop. Only do in the black loop here. We insert our hook into just that black loop. Yarn over and pull up a loop. We have 2 loops on our hook. Now, yarn over again and pull through both. That's our third black loop only single crochet. Place a stitch marker to mark our first stitch. Let's repeat this 11 more times around the circle. Insert our hook into the black loop, yarn over and pull up a loop. We have 2 loops on our hook, and yarn over again and pull through both. That's our second BLO single crochet. See that little horizontal line forming? That is the ridge that helps the walls of our marshmallow stand straight up. Now, I finished making 12 black loop only single crochet, and you can see this is the snip stitch that we make in the previous one, and that one is the chain one. So, just skip them and insert your hook into the third stitch that we mark and make a slip stitch, and round 2 is finished. Now, for round 3 to 6, chain 1 first. And then, we just do 12 regular single crochets for each round. This time, we go through both loops like normal. We need to give our marshmallow some height. We don't need to add any more stitches. Just do 12 single crochet for each round. We will keep going until we finish round 6. It starts to look so soft and squishy. Remember to take our time. Working with the baby yarn is all about filling the stitches with our fingers. Don't forget to make a slip stitch at the end of each round and a chain 1 at the beginning of each round. I will see you at the end of round 6. At the end of round 6, we will finish with a snip stitch and our marshmallow is taking shape. Now, let's move into hack 2. This is how we ensure the base is perfectly flat so our little friend doesn't wobble. For round 7, chain 1 first. Now, we are going to do 6 invisible decreases. This technique is much smooth and hides the gaps perfectly. Instead of going through both loops, we only use the front loops. We insert our hook into the front loop only of our next stitch. That's the loop closest to us. Then, without a yarn over, we immediately insert our hook into the front loop of the following stitch. We now have 3 loops on our hook. We yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Now we have 2 loops left. Yarn over again and pull through both. That's 1 invisible decrease. Place a stitch marker to mark our third stitch. Let's repeat this 5 more times. At the end of the round, We will have 6 stitches left. We finish with a snip stitch. Now it's a time to start stuffing our body with fiber fill. Make sure it's nice and firm, but still squishy enough. Now we are going to close these small holes. Instead of crocheting it, using a needle is much easier for beginners. Cut your yarn, leave a long tail, and pull it all the way through the last loop. We flat our needle and insert it through the front loop only of every 2 stitches around the opening. Now, watch closely. We simply pull the yarn tail firmly. Look at that, the hole magically zips shut, leaving the bottom completely flat and neat, no bumps at all. And just like that, using this step with our baby yarn give us this signature look, flat, squishy and totally cute. Now, let's add some cute legs to our marshmallow. We are going to start with a magic ring, and we will be working in a spiral. That means we won't make a slip stitch at the end of each round. We just keep go round and round. Let's keep our stitch marker handy for this part. First, let's create our magic ring. Once we have our ring, we are going to work 6 single crochets inside. We insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. That's 1. Don't forget, place a stitch marker into our first stitch. Continue to do 5 more single crochet into the ring. Now, let's pull our yarn tail to close the ring nice and tight. Instead of joining with a slip stitch, we are going to jump straight into the 3rd stitch of the next round. For round 2, make 1 increase into every stitch around. Since we are working in a spiral, your 3rd increase goes directly into the 3rd stitch of round 1. You should have 12 stitches now. For round 3, it's very simple, just 1 single crochet in every stitch around. This forms the bottom of the foot. Don't forget, place a stitch marker into the first stitch so that we won't lose it. At the end of the run, you still have 12 stitches in total. Now, we are going to shape the teeny foot so it points forward. Make 3 single crochets in the first 3 stitches. Next, we will make 3 invisible decreases in a row. Remember, only pick up the front loops. This will pull the fronts of the foot together. To finish the run, make 3 more single crochets. You now have 9 stitches, and you will see the little foot starting to form. In round 5, make 2 single crochets, then 3 more invisible decreases. Finish with 1 last single crochet. Now, we have only 6 stitches. Round 5 is complete. For round 6 and 7, we just make 1 single crochet in each of the 6 stitches. This creates the length of the leg. Now, let's add a teeny bit of stuffing into the foot area. You don't need much, just enough to give it a nice round shape. Leave the rest of the neck unstuffed so it stays floppy and jellycat-like. Finally, for round 8, make 2 single crochets first. This helps us get to the side of the neck. Now, flatten the top of the neck. We are going to stitch the 2 sides together to crochet. Insert your hook through both layers, the stitch in the front and the stitch in the back. Yarn over and pull through, then finish your single crochet. Do this 3 times across the top. Then, chain 1 to finish. Cut your yarn, leaving a long tail for sewing. Making 2 of these and your little necks are ready to be attached to your body. Now we have our body and 2 cute necks. It's time to assembly. We are going to show the legs on first. This makes it easier to find the true center of the body so your eyes and mouth won't look crooked later. Turn your body upside down. Find the very center point where we close the circle. Position your necks about 2 stitches apart right at the bottom. We want them to dangle freely. Using your needle, sew across the flattened top of the neck into the body. Make sure they are secure. Once the necks are on, your marshmallow can finally sit down and you can see exactly where the front of the face should be. Finally, hug 3 is all about the face. To get that Jellycat vibe, proportion is everything. On our first try, we used a V shape for the mouth, but we think a soft curve looks much friendlier. Also, notice the placement. We want to bring the mouth closer to the eyes. When the eyes and mouth are tucked close together, it instantly makes our marshmallow look more high-end and adorable. Now, for the best part, bringing our marshmallow to life. I'm going to fast forward through the sewing and gluing so we can see the transformation. As we watch, remember our hug 3. We are placing the eyes and mouth nice and high to get that sweet Jellycat look. For those of us just starting out, don't worry if it takes a few tries to get the face exactly how we want. Every marshmallow we make will have its own unique personality, and that's the beauty of handmade. If our first one looks a little silly, that's okay. We are learning a new skill and we should be so proud of ourselves for trying. Just take a deep breath, keep practicing, and most importantly, have fun with it. I'm so glad you stayed until the end because I have a little secret to share with you. This marshmallow was our #1 bestseller in my craft store in 2025. If you are a booth owner, what is your most popular item? Share it with us in the comments. Here is the pattern for you to screenshot. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Happy crocheting, and I will see you in the next video.